babe. Yo, babe. Like seriously, I was like, are you kidding? Guys, okay, all right. I don't know where to start with this story time, but nonetheless, you are welcome. And I'm just gonna jump straight into it. You have to do what you know you have to do, guys. Okay, Lisa, we are casa up a Hey, guys. Oh, girl, we are sharing a insizwa zala ngaphandle. Isn't there drama there? You have to ask yourself, isn't there drama? So I have a friend, she stays in res, she is studying in vet, and she comes over holidays to spend some time with her family. She's my neighbor. So this time around, it was on this previous December, so we had planned that we want to have fun and stuff like that. There was this one time where she called me. I was still at work, and she was like, hey Asive, when you knock off at work, there are people who wanted to see you. I was like, I wonder who are those people. Since she's my friend, I was like, you know what, let me just give in. Okay, oh baby girl. I knocked off at work. I got to my place, I freshened up, and I put in some, you know, bougie ass perfume. I was headed to this place. When I get there, I call my friend to ask them where are they seated actually. She tells me, and then while I was approaching them, I saw a guy who was constantly smiling, and back in my head I'm like, what's going on? Like, alright, I get there, I greet them, and she introduces me to this guy, and she's like, this is the person that wanted to see you. We sort of like got to know each other and stuff like that. Alright, it was like 1 o'clock in the early mornings, so it was time for us to head back, and they dropped us in the place. So when they dropped us, the other person was like, can you guys join us for next week? There's like a chiller that we are planning to do again. So we were like, okay, we'll see. So at this time, he didn't ask for my numbers. It was very chilled. The next weekend, we meet up again, and guys, we dancing to amapiano, we get down, late, babe. At about like when it was time for us to actually come back, it was early hours in the morning. Okay, this guy says to me, okay, I think that you are a very interesting person. I would like to get to know you better. Can you please give me your numbers and we'll see? And I was like, you know what, chilled, because I was just having fun, guys. Go December, babe. That is the moral of the story. Okay, I just need to like have a sip, guys. Oh my gosh, I love green tea. Veins, guys. So while I think I had one Belgravia that night, so I was kind of tipsy. I'm one of those people, one drink, I'm out. I'm wasted, babe. I'm one of those people, my system is very weak. I think because I don't normally drink. I am not an alcohol person. So we kind of like, he was drunk on this night, the following weekend, and we are just chatting outside and everything like that. So, okay, Lisa, I was like, you know what, let me just tell this guy that I'm transgender so that there won't be any surprises later on, because who knows, he might be more interested in Uti. We can just be friends, and then we understand he may want more than just that. So I'm like, okay, I think it's time for me to tell him that I'm transgender. I tell the guy Uti I'm transgender. I'm tipsy as well. I'm like, I'm transgender. I'm joking, guys, but I was like, Bendy panic, babe. I tell this guy Uti I'm transgender. So he's like, oh, okay, I'm cool with it. I'm like, back in my head, babe, you cool with it? I was like, okay, fine, you know, whatever. Okay, so the next following weekend again, he asks me to meet up with him, and he says he's around the area, so can we meet somewhere, and then he comes over. We were chatting, and then he asked me, Guti, do you have kids? And like, you know, those stuff like that. And I'm like, but I think I told you Guti ndithandske gogo. I can go yo, that's okay. Kusho, this guy didn't understand when I said Guti I'm transgender. Oh gosh. Babe. Yo! Babe. Like seriously. I was like, are you kidding? He's like, how many kids do you have? I'm like, the other day, you know that I'm transgender, right? And he's like, yeah, you mean you are attracted to girls as well? I'm like, yo, I haven't say yo. Oh, I have to tell him. I have to explain. I have to explain. Dasekaya. You the part where I feel like I need to undo it and I can skip over to the next life. Ngeke, guys. Okay, I tell him, Guti, what do I have? Because he seemed not to understand what I'm talking about. I explained, Ben laugh, babe, my penis. Diti, hey. Oh, babe. Babe. You know, like, it was like he can just get out from his car like just jump out from the car, babe. I was like, this is shit, you know. And he was like, but you didn't tell me. Why didn't you explain to me the other time and stuff like that? He kept, you know, complaining and stuff like that. But I'm like, but you remember the time that I told you that I'm transgender, so why do you act confused now? Why do you act like you're shocked? Why didn't you ask me if you didn't understand on that time, Guti? Asive, I don't understand what you mean. Then now you want to pin this whole situation to me. I did what I have to do. So if you didn't understand, it was your responsibility to tell me that you didn't understand what was I saying. We started having an argument. So he was so angry, and then he just made an excuse, Uti, hey, I need to get somewhere and stuff like that. The next following time, his mutual friends said, Uguti, they angry at my friend. She didn't tell them, Uguti, this person that she's friends with is actually a transgender. But my friend was like, but it was not my decision to actually do that, and it was not my place for me to tell you guys that my friend, she's transgender. And they cut at the ties. They were angry. We were like, fuck off. They just need to go to hell, because at the end of the day, we knew what we were up to. Tina, we wanted to have fun. So the moral of the story, guys, I think that you need to have people who has your back all the time, especially as a trans person, especially in this country where there's so much violence. You don't want someone to out you, and then the next thing you find out, you are getting attacked in the club and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't flirt with guys when I'm in the club. I just have fun, and I agreed to this type of, you know, chill out type of situation, because these people live around the area, and other than abantu, they understand. So situations like this where I have to tell guys that I'm transgender, it's very triggering. And this one was just overreacting. He was just being an asshole, because I told him, Uguti, I'm transgender. It was his responsibility to ask me, Uguti, he doesn't understand, Uguti, what do I mean by, you know, telling him, Uguti, I'm transgender. So it gets tricky, it gets triggering at times. If guys, this guy and imthandayo, like, you know, when you meet someone and then already you like them, if that person, you know, finds out that I'm transgender by me telling them, and then they seem not to take it well, that is where I tend to cry. I'm such a crybaby. I cry, literally I cry. So there was this one time recently, guys, when you go, yo, this guy, and I know Guti might be watching, so it's, yo, guys, but you know what, guys, no matter how many times you tell them, it never gets easy, because at the end of the day you don't know what to expect and it gets tricky. So now I cry if I know I like the person and they sort of like reject me. I cry, but I tell myself rather someone reject me, because at the end of the day I know I deserve better, and I wouldn't want someone to give me less of what I expect or less of what we used to have before he knew that I am transgender. And I'm someone who's very like, I know what I want in a guy, and if I'm not getting that, and I get to these situations where I meet a guy and he sort of like treats me well, he texts me now and then, everything, we sort of like, we gel, we click, and after I tell him that I'm transgender, everything changes, and yet he says, no, I accept you, it's okay. That situation I don't like, because it says they seeing me differently. I don't want to be in a position where, what is going on? I don't want to be in a position where now, if we were friends before you knew that I'm transgender, now just because you know a certain information about me, then things need to change. I don't like those situations. Sometimes I block these guys because I'm like, you are never gonna give me something that I don't deserve. I deserve you to see me as a person that you used to see me before. I did not change, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm still the same person that you knew before. So that is where I like to end it. I do these type of stories to let everyone know that they are not alone. We tell them we are trans, and the best reject, even if we pass, even if we don't pass. So it's up to you to be proud of who you are. Just, you know, keep telling people that you're transgender, because at the end of the day it is you, and don't care what they think at the end of the day. That is all that I would like to say in this video, guys. If you did like this video, give it a huge thumbs up, leave a comment on the section below, ultimately subscribe to my channel to become the part of the member, and while you're subscribing, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you will be notified every time when I post a new video. That is all. I love each and every one of you, until next time, bye.